Dun, 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 dun. Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Marco here, aka Super Bono Vox, aka Macfisto, and I'm here to tell you my review of the Stories of Surrender book tour that I got to see last night here in Toronto. So this will have spoilers, so if you don't want to know, don't watch this video, but if you like to know, keep watching. Okay, but the first thing I will say is the show started at 8:30, just so everyone knows. That it was a long time to get everyone in for the whole Yonder pouch thing, which was kind of cool, I guess, because people were just watching the show, and it was good. All right, so where to begin? It was a fun night. It felt like U2 all over again. I had this feeling that it was going to be a little bit quieter. I had a feeling the performance itself was going to be just like Bono reading his book. I knew that reading some stuff that it was going to be a little bit more than that. People were like, oh, you expect a lot, like expect to be blown away. So once I read those reports, I was expecting more. But still, I felt it was going to be a kind of a somber event, but it really was just like a U2 event minus the other three members. And of course, we got to see Bono. So rewinding a little bit, I arrived in line at approximately at the venue, at the back entrance. I arrived at 1 p.m. and there was about maybe 10 other people there at 1 p.m. The earliest person I know who got there, she got there at 7 a.m. So that was some dedication. But I got there at 1 p.m. I thought I was kind of late, but there's a lot of space on the bar. And we got to see Bono. He came by rapid fire, saving his voice. But he looked at me, and when he saw me, it was like he saw a ghost. Like I had the makeup, everything on. I'm gonna post the video actually in a minute. But it was cool. He recognized me, and he went up like this, and he goes, "How you doing?" And I was good. And I was like, "We meet again," but I said it like a Macfisto way. We meet again. It was really cool. And then he stopped for Mark Baker, and then that was about it because he just had to save his voice. But it was exciting. It was like old times. It was cool. It was good. So the show was phenomenal. It's not a book tour. It's a one-man show. It's a Broadway show. It's a play. It's a multimedia play and characters and everything mixed in with music. The music portion was amazing. It really was. I'm not just saying that. Like, that's amazing. No, it was like seriously really fantastic. Some of the highlights of the music was I Will Follow. I'm going to say I Will Follow is like the biggest one for me because he was singing it or he was introducing it, as part of the story. And when he got to that point, he slowly, like in prose, in text or words, he was getting to introducing I Will Follow. And then he blended it into as if he was on stage talking to a full audience at a show, and then the people in the background playing the music went into I Will Follow, and then it went, and it was like, go, and everyone stood up. You know what was really cool? I was in the back, and the lower back by the soundboard. And so the whole show, I could see, like, when people got up, and there was this one guy in the middle that kept getting up so often, but it was cool. When you see those silhouettes of concerts, like in ads and stuff like that, and people was like, wow, like people's got their hands up. So every time people got rowdy, I could see the whole audience get up, and I could see the silhouette of everyone's arms. And for I Will Follow was the most prominent last night of all of that. Everyone got up, and it was like, don't, I will follow. And then everyone just went crazy, and it was really cool. And then I got up, everyone got up, and we were ready to rock out, and then they ended it. And I was like, oh, it was so sick. It was honestly so sick. I Will Follow. Oh, the way he introduced I Will Follow, how he said, a dentist drill. I think, was it Bono that said, I have a sound of a dentist drill, and then the one guitar, maybe it was Edge's brother, someone was fiddling around trying to get it, And Edge was like, give me that guitar. Let me see if I can do it. And then Edge, with his brain, he internalized and he actualized what Bono was saying in the guitar, and that's how the riff of I Will Follow, it came slowly from like the sound of a drill, like zzz, 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 and like everyone got up, like that's how it's like slowly blended in. Okay, I'm spending a lot of time on I Will Follow, but it was such a sick part of the show. All right. What else? Imitating everyone, bandmates, his father, that was really funny. Pavarotti, that was really funny. The story with Pavarotti and Lady Di and his father saying hi to Lady Di, that was funny. How Adam and Larry, he was being serious. He said that they hid when Pavarotti came over to meet Bono. I guess he's being serious. It'd be kind of funny to think that really you didn't want to meet Pavarotti that much. You'd rather hide in the apartment while Pavarotti came over. I would still want to meet him. I don't know. But I guess back then it's like they were still, we're all about the rock music. Okay. What else? It was just a great mixture, a medley of the music, of a traditional play type thing with the table and the chairs, him acting out certain things. He went off into the corner, stage left, I think. I forgot. But where he would sit and talk with his father. It had that play element, like a classic play. And then it was the singing, and then the songs. It was just such a great mixture. It was really well done. And I think my biggest takeaway from this is that, and I've said this to a lot of people, Bono is like that typical Italian construction worker, bricklayer, or a baker, or a butcher that works until they're 80, 85, 90, or whatever. He like, you can just see it in Bono. He loves to perform. It's just his thing. Wake up every day. There's those construction workers that get up every day and they're like, they love to have their cough and they want to mix that cement. They get a high off that. Just that hard nose getting to work. And Bono's got that same hard nose getting to work when it comes to performing and singing. And last night you could just see it. Like, he's 62 now, and he just loves it. He just loves to perform. It's what he loves to do. And he won't, I don't see him ever stopping until he has to stop, a good segue on that. He touched very briefly on his injury in the very beginning. It was very brief. I suppose that one a U2 fan, Tony Chipata, shout out to him. What up? I suppose he said what he needed to say. You don't really need to say much more. It was a heart injury and something to do with his heart. He had surgery. It was almost fatal. And he touched on it. It was about maybe like a 10-minute piece, something like that, maybe a little bit less. I just thought we were going to get a little bit more on how that made him feel and how that made him appreciate the following couple of years, like the Joshua Tree Tour 2017 experience, and then in Australia. I don't know. I'd expected that. I don't know why I did. I wanted him to just go into that because we've all been wondering. It's been such a big thing ever since we saw the MRI brain thing on the experience leg when it opened up the show before Blackout. Anyway, so he touched on that, but I said Bono will only stop when something makes him stop. Because other than that, his voice is great. His voice is fine. There's nothing wrong with his voice. Can he do back-to-back shows? I don't think so anymore. I think he's going to need to do what the Rolling Stones do. Take breaks, huge breaks. And the last time I checked, Rolling Stones, their shows were, some were 4, 5, 6, 7 days apart. And, 7 might be a little bit ridiculous. I don't know if they want to do that. They probably are going to do that for Vegas. But otherwise, if it's a kind of a regular tour, one city, 2 shows, keep them 3 days apart. I'm sure they can pay for the venue to reserve it, or maybe they can break it down and put it back up if the venue has to put it together for a sports event or something. But if they do that, if they take if there's breaks between shows, even one day, because he does the back-to-back, right? So if he does show, and then off for 2 days, and then in the next city, that's totally fine. He'll get his rest, he'll be fine, and he'll be able to perform. So that's my biggest takeaway, is that Bono's still there, and which is great because he's going to need it to play Discotheque next tour. And Bono, if you're watching this, you're playing Discotheque. It's on deck nightly. It is a setlist staple for the next 2 tours. 2 tours. Jesus Christ, just play Discotheque. Come on. I want the boom cha. I want the boom cha. All right. I don't know if there's anything else to say. It was a great night. It was wonderful. It was exquisite. Nice book. New book smell. Love that. Haven't read it yet. Gonna do the audiobook soon. This book is for my good friend Ian and or his brother Michael. And is there anything that I left out? I just really liked the Pavarotti storyline. That was really cool. His mother and his father growing up in the early 80s. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And I guess the last thing was he didn't touch on Zoo TV, the 90s at all. Pop Mart, nothing. He didn't do that, which is okay, I guess. Show was an hour and a half long. 8:30 he went on. He was off at around 10, something like that. 10:15 maybe. And that's it. Okay, guys, it's been 12 minutes. I wanted to do this review because some people are going to be asking for it, and I was like, let's just put it on the interwebs. That way you can watch it and enjoy the book tour. We'll see you guys in Vegas. All those people that are like, oh, what if Vegas does it? I don't know if Vegas is going to happen. It's just a rumor. Dude, it's done. It's locked in. It's going to happen. They're not saying, oh, I don't know. It's going to get done. It's going to be awesome. Let's go. Woo!